Hello everyone, welcome to Even the Scales. Thank you for clicking on my video today. My name's Donna and today on my channel I'm going to talk a little bit more about the abuse that the majority of my community and the police have been carrying out on me. And there is quite a lot to talk about since the last time I spoke to you. First of all though, I would like to do an acknowledgement of country and first acknowledge the Dharawal people, who are the true custodians of this land that I bring you these messages on today. I would also like to pay respect to elders past and present, as well as extend respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are watching today. So for those of you who haven't watched my videos in the past, my community and the police, the majority of my community and the police have been carrying out something called MK Ultra mind control on me. If you don't know what that is, it is a tactic used to psychologically torture a person by a large group of people. So this is what my community and the police have been doing. They are carrying out all forms of psychological abuse to try and cause me illness, either mental or physical illness, or just make me feel so hopeless that I want to take my own life. This has been going on for around 2 years. The police and my family have been involved in doing this for about 2 years. But about a year ago, it intensified and a lot of the community started joining in. This was because I wrote a letter to the police about a year ago explaining how I had been treated and how police had responded to my calls for help while I've been living with family and domestic violence over the past 9 years, and I still am dealing with that family and domestic violence right up until now. So it all intensified after that. This is because family and domestic violence is a huge problem in this country. We have people passing away from it a lot, and the police just don't want to accept accountability for the role that they are playing in these things happening. As well as that, I reported a pedophile to the police back in 2020. That person is still living in a community. The police have done nothing about that person because it's all just to psychologically abuse me. It's all just to try and cause me problems in my life for no other reason but that. There are also other serious crimes that the police don't want anyone to know about. One of them that actually involves serious violence against women. So it's all these things, as well as the fact that my family have stolen an inheritance from me that the justice system have helped them do. So it's all of these things that they're trying to keep quiet from the public. And this is the reason that my family have been so invested in doing this as well. It's because they have stolen that money from me. I did live with domestic violence for 7 years. Since I moved out of that situation, I've been living with family and domestic violence. So for 7 years, I was living in a domestic violent relationship, and over that time, I was very isolated. I didn't put myself out on social media or anything like that and I also let a lot of my friendships go as well. But this is what happens when you're in a relationship like that. It just became more easier to let things like that go rather than argue the point over them all the time. So that's what happened to me, and this is what allowed my family to do what they have done. Over the time that I was isolated and in that relationship, I had hardly any contact with my other family members, and this is because they pretty much wanted me to stay in that situation. They didn't try and help me or anything like that. And it allowed them to steal that money, and it also allowed them to tell whatever lies that they liked to people. So over that time, they did spread some pretty bad lies about me, like that I was a drug addict and I don't know what else, but some pretty bad lies went around about me because I was isolated and they were able to do that. So when I moved back, it was like a total disaster to them because it was my energy. People see me the way I am and they can see that the lies that they have spread aren't true. The MK Ultra that's been carried out on me by my community, majority of my community, my family and the police involves being stalked constantly, as well as being constantly provoked. They are trying to provoke me to become angry so that they can say that I'm crazy. But believe me, with what I'm being put through, I have every right to speak up for myself. And this is why I am making these videos. I can't get any help from the police. I have tried to reach out to other organisations for help as well. And because the police must be paying someone to carry this out on me, to coordinate all this, they're bribing people to abuse me. So I've reached out to organisations, but by the time I reach out to them, whoever's coordinating this and being paid to abuse me has already reached out to those organisations and bribed them into not helping me or told them that they can't help me. So this is what's been happening. I'm constantly stalked when I go out and around my home. Even when I'm on the road driving, I'm stalked by other drivers. I even have other drivers trying to cause me incidents on the road a lot. This has been going on for 10 months, constantly. I've even been involved in a couple of accidents in the past that I'm pretty sure were set up by my family members. And a big part of this is that I have no help whatsoever. As I said, I've tried to reach out to organisations. The police will not help me. And they've made it so that I am isolated and everyone around me abuses me. And my family have purposely isolated me as well. So this is what they're doing. And the whole point is, and the things that they're doing to carry out this abuse with the stalking and the provoking, they're things that are done in subtle ways a lot of the time. So if I do speak out about them, it's just going to make me look paranoid or crazy. And this is exactly what they want to happen. So all I can do is just keep making these videos and keep speaking out about what's been happening to me. And I am a very calm, peaceful person. And through this experience, I have had to just develop unbelievable control of my emotions just to survive what I've been going through. And most people don't actually survive going through MK Ultra. You can look up online and read about it. A lot of people don't survive. A lot of people end up going insane or looking insane, or they just end up giving up on their life. But this is something I'm definitely not prepared to do. I actually love my life a lot, and I'm going to speak out about it every opportunity that I get. The police are one of the main culprits of this abuse and the stalking. They have stalked me for 10 months straight, on and off, every day. What they do is they use their siren. They will turn it off and on, and they'll do this several times throughout the day. This is just to rub it in my face, basically. They're laughing at me, letting me know that they're not going to help me, and it's just to cause fear and anxiety in me as well. So this is what they've been doing. They have also stalked me in the helicopter a lot. They'll fly over my home or circle around my home. They've also done this when I've been out walking as well, any way that they can. They've been doing it every day. except the last couple of days. It has quietened down a bit with them because of these videos that I'm putting out, and people are looking at them more and more. So they have stopped, but I have still heard it going on. Noise is the main weapon that they are using to carry out this abuse. They use any kind of transport, anything that has a motor, power tools, cars, trucks, bikes. For the last 2 mornings, between 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning, they have been carrying out these noise attacks, and also throughout the day as well. They'll have a little break and then they'll start it up again, and they'll just start sending noisy traffic up and down my street, very loud cars. And it's only that I have started talking about it more on these videos about the noise and the pollution that's being created from them doing this, because they're actually committing crimes against the environment, putting out this unnecessary pollution. There has even been trains involved in this. There is also planes, light planes and jumbo jets. These are the lengths that the police are going to try and keep their secrets. And it's like, because they've had to stop using the traffic because of what I'm saying in these videos about what it's doing to the environment, they are using the planes more. So the light planes and the jumbo jets have just been going over constantly for the past 2 days. And of course, they're still creating noise, they're still creating pollution. And it's the effect that this is going to be having on people's health and the environment that, I don't think they looked at the big picture when they started doing this. And it's like they've created this monster now, and now they don't know what to do. And it's very clear to me that these people don't know what they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing. From one day to the next, they've just created this disaster. I was not meant to survive it. That's the bottom line. I was not meant to survive this long. And now they're stuck. They don't know what to do. So they're just doing anything they can. And because a lot of the people that live around me, not all of them, but a very large majority of them have been involved in carrying out this abuse on me, and I'm fine. They are also, I guess, panicking because word's getting out about what they've done, and they're just doing anything that they can do to provoke me or disturb my peace. They're constantly doing this. They have not stopped since the last time I spoke to you. And some of them have made it their life to do this. They do it all day, every day. Their one goal when they get up of the morning is to disturb my peace, and they're already invading my privacy. I have a listening device in my home that these people can listen to everything I do in my home. A lot of people have access to that. The police can also hear that. So they hear me, if I'm going out, if they hear me get my keys, they'll know I'm going out. They'll send people to stalk me. If I move through the night, if I get up through the night, they'll hear that, and they will start a noise attack outside with motorbikes, even if it is 3 a.m. in the morning. No one's policing it. No one cares. The police and the council are the ones supposed to be policing the noise, but they're not. They are actually creating it a lot of the time. And talking about the people that live around me, yeah, they're invading my privacy in the most disgusting way, because they can listen in on my home. There's also a listening device in my car, as well as the fact that all my devices have been hacked as well. The people that are involved that live around me have actually gone to great lengths at times to set up and premeditate situations to abuse me. And this actually happened to me last Friday afternoon. I come home, my parking spot was blocked. You know, I'm an easygoing person, I'm cool about it, and that's nothing. But that's been done to me a lot as well, just to try and provoke. I was cool about it. The person come out to move the car. And when they come out to move the car, this person deliberately said something that was deliberately said to cause me psychological abuse. And it was to cause me pain about the fact that my grandchildren aren't in my life. A lot of people know this. If you've watched my other videos, you'll already be aware of that. This is something that people are using a lot, is the fact that my grandchildren and my children aren't in my life. It breaks my heart every day. I had family members that were actually trying to take my life. I had to move away from those people. I've just had to accept the fact that I've had to move away from my grandchildren, and I pray for them every single day that they're okay. But I have the kind of family members that use children like weapons, and they use them to manipulate things to get what they want. So this is what's happened, and I was in fear of my life being around some of those people. I had to move away, and I've had to accept it, and I'm trying to heal from that. But I have these people in my community that are just constantly trying to provoke me by using this against me. And I had this woman do that the other day, and it was all set up, it was all premeditated. And I just thought that was so disgusting. And this person was a mother. I have a lot of other mothers doing it to me, and I just think, how can you do that to another mother? But this is how disgusting and low people have become in this town, being a part of this. And of course, they're getting bribed for it, so this is why they're doing it. There's also another person that lives close. I spoke about them on my other videos. This person is like a predator. They stalk me from the time they get up till into the night. It's all they do. They're just constantly creeping and lurking, listening in on my home as well. So it's just sickening to know that that person, that anyone can listen in on my home, but to know that I have an actual person like that, that is just actually getting a huge kick out of it. It's not just that person though. There are other people that live very close to me as well that are just constantly trying to provoke. And the thing is, these people, what they've put me through for the past 12 months is absolutely unbelievable. And I would have every right to speak up for myself and say something about what they're doing, which is exactly why I'm doing this right now. I'm also provoked when I go out and I'm tracked in my vehicle as well everywhere I go. So they know where I go. They listen to everything I do. If I go to the shops, I have tens of people coming towards me, stalkers. The centre that I go to, there must be people that work at that centre that are involved, because on Friday when I went to that centre, I got to the door and they'll do things like just annoying little things, like the door wouldn't open when I got to the door. But believe me, after 10 months of going through this, I know that that's being done deliberate. This same centre has actually shut down the travelator. When I've come into the centre and had to use the travelator to go upstairs or downstairs, they've actually shut it down. So they just do these little things to create inconveniences for me. So yeah, I got to the door of this centre. I'm a very loyal customer there. I go there all the time. because it's convenient, but this is the way they treat their customers. I also have a lot of people forcing their children in my face, stalkers, because they're using that as a form of psychological abuse. They'll have a lot of mothers and daughters come towards me and people with children just to make me feel left out. Oh, and this person this morning, the one that stalks me constantly, this one that's like a predator, this morning, I'm just sitting there minding my own business. This person sits and thinks of things to do. They do. And they'll just do little things like they'll go out the front or out the back and they'll say things like someone will be walking past and they'll say, oh, what are you doing? Going to see your mum, are ya? Like this is the kind of thing they do, but they're doing it constantly and they're doing it just to cause me pain because people know what the situation is with my family. So they're just using this all the time. But this is just how disgusting and low life some of these people are. Same day as they wouldn't open the door when I got to the centre, I walked into the centre and it just happened to be one of my grandchildren's birthdays on that day. And this person walked past me. It was a male. They had a small child with them. And just right when they got next to me, they said, yeah, happy birthday, like that to their child. And I just knew straight away that was a stalker. That person was paid to do that. I just thought, you're a grub. You're a grub, mate. Like, these people are so disgusting to do that as far as I'm concerned. And I'll also get people just like they'll be just talking on their phone, happy, you know, arranging things with their family members. They'll just do things like this. They'll also set up fake customers in the shops that I go to. Sometimes the staff are involved as well, but they'll set up fake customers to mock me or to say things, you know, get near me and deliberately say things like that person did. When I'm walking through the car park, sometimes I'll just get a car to pull out like right in front of me, a car that has like really bad exhaust fumes coming out of it. You know, just because I've talked about the pollution that these people are creating, they will deliberately do stuff like that when I'm out. There's a woman who lives close by as well that for 10 months on and off, this person abuses their child to try and get my attention and to try and make me angry. So that person is just so disgusting for doing that as well. Obviously, she's getting paid or something for it. She has no shame. A lot of people here do it. No one cares. That's how low some people have got. They just don't even care if a child's getting abused. I've seen animals getting abused with this as well. But they researched me, apparently, to carry this out. They research everything about me. This is how far the police have gone to cover up what they're trying to cover up. They carried out research. They hired someone to carry out this abuse. This person is very sick, just from the things that they do. And my family would have given them the information that they needed to help them carry out the abuse, as well as a lot of the people that I had close around me in my life. This was all going on behind my back. And they also use my health conditions as well. They'll play on them. They know that I have PTSD, so this is why they're using this kind of abuse. And it's just unbelievable to me over this past year just how I've seen just how horrible the human race has become. And the community that's involved in this, the majority of them, they're condoning these things to take place. by being a part of it. They're condoning the fact that this is to take my life. So I don't know whether the people that live close to me that are doing this constantly every day actually realize that, you know, they could be charged with attempted murder when the full truth comes out about this, because this is what they're trying to do to me and my family. So people are condoning this by being paid to do this. They're also condoning the fact that there's a pedophile living in the community. No one seems to care. They're also condoning the pollution and the noise that the council and the police are supposed to be doing something about, but in actual fact, they are contributing to it. They have also been sending council workers to stalk me as well. And the damage that it's causing to the environment and the health problems that it's got to be causing people, as well as these other things. I mean, who would want to even live in this town anymore with what's been going on? It's going to ruin the reputation of the town, and it's probably going to affect people's house prices. These are the things I don't think they thought about. Do the people that are taking part in it realize that over the long term, this is probably going to cause their house price to drop? Probably haven't even thought of that. But that's what's going to happen. And as well, the health issues that it's going to cause people over the long term with the noise and the pollution. But they're still continuing to do it. They were doing it just before I got on here. And I happened to mention in my own home that I was going to probably mention what I just did in the video, and they stopped. So I'm going to keep speaking out about it. So, yeah, the police and other leaders in this town are just allowing this to happen. And it's only that I've been speaking out about it that it has quietened down a little bit. But if I wasn't speaking out about it, they would not be caring. They would not be doing a thing about it. They would still be doing what they were doing. My family didn't even want me to be seen at all. They wanted to steal my inheritance, and that was the plan. The plan was that I would either get sick or pass away, or I would go back to the abusive relationship that I was in. And none of that's happened. I've actually healed a lot from it all, and I've got a lot stronger. Nobody planned on this happening at all. And my goal for the future is to actually use this channel to help other people, other victims of domestic and family violence, and to create more awareness about narcissism and how to heal from narcissism, narcissistic abuse. So I'm still going to just keep moving forward every day, and I'm going to keep speaking out about it. It's all I can do. So I want to thank you all for listening, and especially if you've listened right to the end. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye for now. Take care and God bless.